Alright. Hey guys, been a while since I did a video. There hasn't really been much going on. Just because the format's been so, it's already figured out. So maybe things will be changing, but this is just what I started messing around with at the end, and it actually works pretty solid. I've tried Madolche's a lot of ways. I already posted a video that, I forget what it was, but it was basically a grinding. When they took out the compulsories in the ban list from 3 months ago, they took away all of our traps, so there was, it was hard trying to play that same way, because, I used to play 2 tickets, and then the compulsories go well with the tickets, because you can just compulsively get the search, dodge veilers. It was great having the compulsories, and then we had bottomlesses, and we had torrential, and we had solemn. It was a back row masterpiece, and now we lost all of that. It all disappeared, and so it got a lot weaker, and then you had to figure out how do you stay up and not how do you replace that? And you really can't. But this is the closest I've come to trying to come back to what that was, because I was beating dragons back when they had the babies with that, consistently, and everything else. It was just amazing. It was an amazing deck. But so this is what I changed to. I played this today at locals, and I went 4-0. Well, they go into a bracket, so I won my first 2. And then you automatically get into the bracket. If it's 2, it's double elim, so then I got in the bracket automatically. And then I won my next one inside the bracket against Dragon Rulers, and then I lost to some kid that was playing. He was playing 4-axis mixed with the 3-axis / 4-axis deal, and I just couldn't keep up. You can't keep up with the roosters with being just chains when they have Tensu and they can just summon another one. I couldn't keep up. It was too fast, and it was basically they can OTK basically if they have Tensu and they have a spirit, and they can just summon the Horse Prince, summon again, and it was just it was too much, so I couldn't keep up. I have to figure out what the heck I'm supposed to do. Versus every other deck, this deck can basically compete. It has the traps, but the Tensu cheats, and it lets them get the additional normal summon. So I don't know how to combat. that. And then he was hitting all my spells and traps with the Gyoku, so it was just killing me. So anyway, so here's the deck. You can play this if you want. Yeah, it's pretty solid. I would probably play this. There's a couple of changes that I would make, but I'll tell you at the end. So for monsters, we have 3 Madolches, standard 3 Hoot Cakes. Some people play 3, some people play 2. I like to play 3. Personal preference, but I think you can't really do anything without the Hoot Cake. So this is 2 Messenger Gelato. A lot of people play 3. But like I said before in my previous Madolche video, you really don't want to draw these. If you're playing, the only time you want to draw this, I'm only playing 1 cat. You can play 3 and 3 of each, and that's the only time I would play 3 of these, because then you can get rid of them really easily. But I don't even like that play. That first turn play, I'll do it, but with all the field spells going around, say you summon your cat. So you have 3 and 3, you open a cat, Messenger Gelato. So you open, you special, you search the field spell, assuming you don't have it, you play the field spell, you set it's a back row, then you're done. Well, if they play a field spell, now these guys are screwed. They're going to go back to the deck, and you essentially just kill yourself. I hate that play. Unless you have really good back row and an MST to protect the field spell. So, but I'm not even maining MSTs, because this is a combo deck, and 1-for-1s, in the terms of MST, I don't really like it. I'll do it game 2 and 3, but not game 1. So this is what I'm playing. 1 cat and 2 of these. Then I'm playing the 1 pudding cess. This is just for utility. I'm playing Redox, so I can get rid of this if I draw it. And I have the 1 cat. It's not actually an issue, and I'm playing the Palooza. So this actually isn't an issue as much as it was before I was playing Redox. But it's really just utility. I've been siding it out. Usually I'll side this out and I'll side out the Palooza. Same as before. If you watch my other video, you know what I'm talking about. These are what we're removing with Hoot Cake. 3 card Ds. This is what allows you to stay up. Before we had compulsories and stuff, so you get your searches, bait out the Veilers, but this is what allows you to keep up. So, I mean, your best turn first play is going to be this, followed by maybe like a cat hoot cake or just a hoot cake or a Madolche. But this adds the consistency to the deck that it's missing. Without the traps, you need to be plussing, and this is the easiest way to do it. You're giving up turns, but I think I have 16 traps in here, so it works out. Then the mandatory 3, maxi, and then the 2 redox. I've been trying 3. I think I'm going to go back to the 3, and I'm going to change my trap lineup. I was playing 2 because 3 was cloggy, and you draw double of these, then it doesn't work. Like, you don't want to draw 2 redox. It kind of sucks with this deck anyways, because you have trouble getting them in the grave. You can't reborn these. You can't reborn these because it's like, ideally, this is more advantageous than going instant fusion or even gene warp or whatever you're trying to play, because you can reborn a Madolche with this. So you can go like, if you have these two, I mean, you have this is a 2-card 1 summon Tiramisu. You can't do that any other way. Also, you can banish this by hoot cake. So I'm playing, you'll see that I'm playing a 1 Foolish Burial. And that's just for the redox, because then you can Monster Reborn. Once you have one of these in your hand, then you have so many more plays. And you can go redox to special summon. That's how you can get rid of these from your hand. You can get rid of the pudding cess. But it's just when they clog, then you have problems, because you can't reborn. You can't reborn this card D. So if you have a card D in the grave, you can't discard this to go hoot cake, because you can't special the card D. So 2 of these, I think I'm going to bump this up to 3. And then I was playing the Foolish, and I didn't want to play the Gold Sark. This is only for the last 2 weeks. That's why I'm playing this, because I can do it. So I'm going to bump this up to 3, and I'm going to add a Gold Sark, because I couldn't play Gold Sark with just 1 and 1. Because then it just didn't make that much sense, especially if you already draw 1, then what are you going to Gold Sark? Then your Gold Sark is kind of just slow. For the traps, it took a long time for people to realize this, and I didn't even realize it. But with Heavy Storm gone, that was why we were playing Dark Bribe, was because it can stop Heavy Storm. And then you could stop Solemn Judgment with it too, but with no Heavy Storm, all that's left is traps. Who cares about Dark? Nobody plays Dark Hole, so what the heck are you going to stop? All you need is trap destruction. So these are going to, unless Heavy Storm comes back at some point, it's these are going to be so good for forever. Probably just end up switching over to these, because once people start playing 7 tools, then your trap stuns are going to be less useful. But I'll probably I might keep in this same lineup. I might take this out and put it as a second 7 tools. But today I was playing a Dragon Ruler, and he couldn't do anything. I had the Chateau and Ticket, so if he was going to push, he was going to end up giving me free monsters. He was going to have to Black Rose me, which he never had the opportunity to do. And so eventually he had a lot of dragons removed, and the only way to come back was return. So he Phoenix Swing Blasts. I have 3 face downs, and he targets it doesn't matter, he just targets the traps, and I know he had to go this turn. So then I just chain the trap stun, and then he has to return then, because otherwise his return's dead for the rest of the turn. And he had to go that turn. He had to try to go that turn, and then I just 7 tools when he chained the whatever. So it's you have to play 7 tools. I don't know about the trap stun. You could play. I don't have another one, so I have to pick one up. But even the trap stun's good, because this deck has problems with skill drain and rivalry, and trap stun fixes those if they're already on the field. So then you'll see that I was playing DD Crows. I took these out for another Fiendish Chain and the trap stun. The Fiendish Chain helps everything except for Dragon Rulers. It's not that good versus Dragon Rulers, but everything else, Fiendish Chain is great against it. It's just the only reason this was. It's really good versus Fire Fist, we know that, but the guy had Tensus all the time, so he could just summon another one and they got around it. Mirror Force, not much to say there. These are all ones. One of the Black Horn of Heaven, I suppose I'm going to take this out, because what I'm going to do, or what I'm going to try to do, is Divine Wrath was great versus Evil Swarm. They go into Ophion, then you kill it, and then you win. So I think I'm going to take this out, put in Divine Wraths, then I'm going to put in the Gold Sark, the Foolish, and play the 3 Redoxes, because then you can do a lot of cool stuff with the discarding. I don't really care about... Wing Blast doesn't seem that good in this deck. Wing Blast, everyone's playing Trap Stun, so you can trap stun a Phoenix Wind Blast. You can't stop this unless you have a 7 tools. And I don't really care about spells and traps as much as I care about monster effects. Everything's about monster effects. It always has been. But you can do some really cool things like discarding your Madolches in order to set up a Tiramisu play. That's what this deck really has problems with. It's getting monsters in the grave, and this does that for me. So I think that's what I'm probably going to be changing. The one Palooza goes with the Tiramisu. The one Wabaku I was playing too. But drawing double Wabaku was like auto lost, unless you had a very strong unless you opened also with like a card D into another card D, you were going to lose. Wabaku's great, but if you draw double, it sucks. So I'm only playing one because drawing 2 was just so bad. Torrential, these are like the 4, Solemn, Bottomless, and Compulsory, 4 1-ofs. Then Pot of Duality, I'm only playing 2 because you only want to do it like every so often. You can't even get that. You can't get by with, 3's pushing it. You have to go the way, the amount of pressure these current decks put on, you don't have time to activate Duality into another Duality. So, it's only 2 Dualities. You can pretty much go usually whenever you want. So, then the lineup for the spells is 2 and 1, 1 ticket, 2 chateau. When people stop playing field spells, I might side the second ticket and side the second chateau and main 2 tickets, because the tickets lets you fix your bad hands, whereas chateau doesn't. And Thunder King is at 1, so that was the big advantage of chateau, was letting you get over Thunder King. But with Thunder King at 1, ticket is probably better. And the only reason I was playing the 2 chateaus is because it gives you a way to play it over the Dragon Ravine. So that's probably what I'll be doing once dragons get hit. Once the Ravine leaves, then all it leaves is like spell books with the field spell. And then the last card is the Foolish. This goes with the Redoxes. So your ideal first turn play, this is just as, it's just as strong as opening card D and like a Wabaku or something. But it's the best first turn play is going to be your Foolish and your Hoot Cake, where you just send the Redox, summon this, search the Messenger Lotto, get the field spell, and then you have the Reborn in your hand ready to go. So, you could even just go Cat. If you want to make sure the Reborn's live, if you have a really strong opening hand, you could just summon the Cat and make like an Engineer or something, so that way your Redox will be live. That's the only problem, is getting the Redox to be live. If you have Maxi in your hand, then it's not a problem. So that's the deck. Where's this side? So it's a 40 card deck. I'll show you the side deck really quick. Side deck, 2 Deep Prison and 3. This is what I side in versus, like random decks. These always go in. They go in versus like Fire Fist. I put these in. Any deck that's slow, the Deep Prisons go in. For dragons, we have 3 goes in. Grand Mole and 2 DD Crows. And then this is actually just for Bujins and Prophecy and Noble Knights. Bujins is Light Imprisoning and Constellars, and then the surgeries are for Bujins, Noble Knights, and spellbooks. So that is the deck. Extra deck really quick. Tiramisu, there should be 2 of them. 2 Tiramisu, an Engineer, Zenmains, Maestro, Tempo, Levier, Dweller, Soul of Silver Mountain. I don't actually it was better with Instant Fusion. Now I don't know that it really comes up, but it's still a good option. Invoker, Pearl for Utopia, for Diamond Dyer, Asagolem, you gotta be careful. I would be very hesitant to go into him. And Cowboy, and then Black Ship. So that's the deck, and once the new format comes around, I'll probably be making more videos, because you can play around with a lot more things, so I'll have more interesting decks. I don't want to post up things that everyone's already playing. I don't know, I've just been playing Dragons for the last 2 months, so I will probably be posting more videos, so we'll see you guys next time. Feel free to try the deck. Let me know if you have any additions or comments, but like I said, I'm gonna up the Redox to 3. This is what I'm going to try. Up the Redox to 3, up the Divine Wraths to 2 or maybe 3, and then add a Gold Sark. And that's probably what I'm going to do. So I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks for watching. So I'll be posting more content soon. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.